Hi, it's SSV from atarmedia.net and welcome today to another series of my workflow. Today I'm going to show you how you can make a simple text animation in After Effects CC. So if you are new to this channel, please subscribe and make sure you hit the notification bell so that you can get a notification whenever I release a new tutorial. So having said that, let's jump into After Effects. Let's create a new comp. You can name it anything. Text. Make the comp 1920 by 1080, 30 frames per second. Duration 10 seconds. You can feel free to choose whatever setting you feel is most convenient for you. Hit OK. Let's create a new solid layer. This is going to be our background. Just name it BG. Make comp size. You can use any color will do because we are going to use the ramp. On the search on the effect panel, search for ramp, drag and drop to your solid layer. You can change the color to whatever color you like. I'm going to go with this purple, and the second color, okay, I need to hit OK. The second color, choose the lighter purple, something like this. Yeah, I'm gonna hit OK. On the ramp shape, I'm going to use the radial ramp. I will swap the colors, zoom in a little bit, move these buttons. No, I'll move the down one to create a little bit of lightness in the scene. There. Now let's create another layer to animate a text. Gandoki is what I intend to animate. Let's fit this to screen. Tune the text point to 100. 100 is okay. No, let's use 200. The font I'm using is Nexa. Then on the align window, I need to center this properly. I think 200 is a bit too big. Let's make it 150. Let's add there. Let's align it to center again. Alright, so now let's duplicate the text layer and hide the bottom one. On the top one, we are going to remove the rest of the text. Let's hit backspace to remove that. Oh, sorry, need to bring that back. Let's align this text to center using the align window. Now we are going to create some kind of shape layer. Go to this, select the ellipse tool, select the fill to none, the stroke color to black. I intend to keep it simple, all black. The text, the vectors, I intend to make it all black. Hit OK. Then draw cycle at the center. I'm going to hold down Shift, Control and Shift gives you a perfect circle at the center. This right there, this should be okay. Yes, this is fine. I'm going to change the stroke thickness to about 3. Yes, so I will name this circle 1. You can see I've aligned this to center. Now open the circle property by hitting UU on your keyboard. Add a trim path to your vector. So I'm going to animate the start and end property of the trim path. Zoom in to about 10 frame, 5 frame is okay. Add keyframe to the end property and the start property. Hit U on the keyboard to reveal only the keyframes. I'm going to remove these keyframes once more. Let me start with the end property. I'll pull this keyframe back a little. Let me zoom in to see this time properly. About 1 second is okay. Move the start property from 100 to 0. You can see the animation right there fading in or growing inward. So if you hit play now, you see. So but I want it to grow and then grow in back. So I'm also going to animate the start property from about this point. I'm going to add a keyframe here. Then as this grows, this also grows to 100. So let's preview this and see what we have so far. Good. You can see it has a beautiful animated movement there. Select all keyframe, hit F4 on your keyboard or you right click, select keyframe assistant and easy ease those keyframes. Whoa. You can see the movement is a little bit smoother now. Select the 2 keyframe at the end, select this button and bend this curve inward. If you don't have this, when you select this graph editor, right click and select edit speed graph. Then let's see what we have now. Good. Shift S will bring up the scale without closing other keyframe. Add keyframe at this point for 100. Move these keyframes to this place at the end of the other keyframe, slightly after the 1 second time. Then scale down this to 0. So if you preview this now, we're going to have this. Good. 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 Let's bring in this scale to this point. Let's see what we have now. Good. I think this looks a little bit more better than what we have when we stretch the keyframe to the end of the other value. Ease those keyframes. Now select this to the graph editor. Crop this. We're just trying to make this thing a little bit interesting. So now Ctrl D to duplicate this shape layer. We are going to move in to change the properties. First of all, we are going to change the stroke thickness to about from 3 to 5. That should be fine. Let's see what we have. Okay, 3 to 5 is okay. And then I'm going to move into the stroke property and the transform property. We've already animated the scale, so I'm going to the scale value. Yes, let me see. Let me add this to about 110. Should be fine. Let's see what we have now. All right. Well, we want to make it a little bit interesting by, let's change the value of the trim part offset value. Let's see, let's put in about 30 degree. Should be okay. You can see we're beginning to have variation to the stroke animation. Let's try 100. Good. You can see thing is a little bit more dynamic than what it was before. Good. So I'm going to duplicate this vector layer again. Feel free to duplicate as much as you feel you want to make it complex. Feel free, use your own setting, make it as beautiful. Let me see your workflow and let me see what you are able to come up with this technique. I'm going to duplicate the vector, the shape layer again. I'll duplicate this time around. I'm going to move it slightly down, so I'm going to change the thickness to about 8. It should be okay. Yes, you can see that already popping up. Let me make it 10 and see what's all right. This is fine. So now I'm going to scale this inward, so still go to the transform property of the content, the eclipse, transform eclipse, then change the scale to about 80. You can see that has moved inward. 90 should be fine. Yes, this is better. Then we're also going to change the offset value so that we can have some variation. Let's make this minus let's make it negative 120 and see what we got. Good. Beautiful. I'm going to add some kind of complexity to this animation now. I'm still going to duplicate the trim part. Let's duplicate the first, move it up or move it, let's leave it there. So what I'm going to do now is to change the movement, the scaling. I'm going to change the scaling. Let's hit U to bring up the keyframes. I'm going to drag this to about 2 seconds. Hold down the Alt to scale this to about 2 seconds or more. Then on the scale, I'm going to pull this a little bit forward. Then add value to, let's say, about 400. Good. 400 is okay. I'm going to reduce this to about 2, should be okay. One should be okay. I'm also going to align this properly. Yes. I'm going to align others as well to center properly, so that we can have a clean, smooth animation here. I'm also going to change the vector type to dash. So let's hit UU to bring up all these properties. So come to think of it, that also gave it some kind of preview T. You can see the center line, center properties there. It's been altered. Reduce this to, okay, let's add one more. This should be fine. So let's also locate this outer, the bigger cycle. Yes, here we go. Going to add this. Let me see what I have. Hit the space bar to preview this. I think this is fine. So now I'm going to select all the strokes, Ctrl Shift C to compose this, call this stroke or strokes, hit enter. So this should be okay. Now I'm going to animate the text from here to here. Let's hit S to bring out the scale value. So from here should be 0. Yes, I think I'm going to do something. Okay, you can see the G is not moving as we want it to be, so we'll probably, it's coming like as it's coming from the down. We want everything centered so that it will be okay. So now hit Y on the keyboard to select the anchor point and move it to the center. Y on your keyboard, move this to relatively center point here, then hit V to disable the anchor point tool. So let's see what we have now. You can see it's a lot better now than what it was. So what I'm going to scale this G to about there, about, yeah, all right. I'm going to scale this to about this point. Select keyframes, ease them, select the, and create a slow. So now we need to animate the G sliding to the right to reveal other fonts. Yes, that will be in the concluding part of this video. Do not forget to subscribe to my channel, like and share this video if you find it helpful. Thank you for watching.